founder, Chief Executive Officer, Aerial Recovery, Britnie Turner. Britnie, it's so nice to meet you. What your organization does is amazing. And you are one of, I would think, and you can tell me, I don't know if we even have a number, it's got to be dozens, if not hundreds, of nonprofits and charities that are down in Texas helping out right now, whether it's the mom and pop local church that's giving blankets and water and food, whether it's you guys doing the aerial search for recovery, whether it's the Cajun Navy, the volunteers in their boats looking for people. I mean, this is a massive undertaking of people's goodwill to help our fellow Americans, Britnie. So God bless you. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for having me. This is one of the most heartbreaking disasters we've been to. We've been to disasters in more than 20 countries now, and the stories and the heartbreak from the families. I'm a mother now, and I can't even talk about this one without crying. And so we're going down we're down there as a team to not only help try to save lives, but also bring hope, to be that helping hand and to let the community know they're not alone. And we want to be there long after the cameras are, because that's really when the heartbreak sets in long term. And you cannot deny the power of hope when it comes to serving these communities after loss like this.
Very true.
Not just loss of life, but loss of livelihoods. And so it's super important. And I ask everybody to continue to support the people who are boots on the ground with your prayers and with your efforts any way that you possibly can.
Amen. And I've got a teenage daughter, and I think about when she was 8, 9, 10 years old, like those little girls. See, now you're going to get me crying. I don't cry often.
Oh.
But you think about those little girls being swept away at 4 or 5 in the morning, and you hear the stories. I know they rescued a couple of the girls actually clinging to a tree 26, 28 feet in the air. And you think about the ones that couldn't grab onto a tree, that were swept away. There's the inside of their camp. Oh my God. So Britnie, tell us what you guys have been doing since you hit the ground running. I'm sure just describe what aerial recovery does and how this all comes to fruition. Are people donating their choppers and their planes so you guys can put those special operators up in the air to search the area, then you get dropped off and they rappel in, or tell us what you do.
So we repurpose veterans and first responders to go after, to do these responses, and they're the best in the world. I really believe that. And many times we take struggling veterans and first responders that didn't know that the world still needed their skills and their heart and their love to serve. And we take them and we deploy them in these disaster zones. And we also fight human trafficking with them. And they're just absolutely incredible. So we do everything from search and rescue to finding bodies. And that, again, can give people closure so they can begin the process of healing. Right. We also bring in teams to do debris clearing. We've got incredible equipment to clear roads and even get EMS services to the places that they need. We also have teams that come in and tarp. We do emergency aid in partnership with Global Empowerment Mission. We tarp old ladies' houses. We clear driveways. I had a disaster hit my home when I was 10 years old, and I know what it feels like to have people come and then to have people leave, and then you're left with your life turned upside down. And when we started plugging veterans into this space, not only did it help them find a whole new renewed purpose and reason to live and want to keep going, it's just unbelievable how made for these environments they are. And so we've been sharing and scaling, even for the hope building within the veterans that don't know why it's so important that they stay here. But it's unbelievable what they're able to do in these communities. Yeah,
I can tell you as a vet and a lot of buddies that I talked with that served a lot longer than my 4-year contract, that saw serious combat. And when they come home, and I'm sure it goes for first responders too, and they're out of uniform, they're almost out of sorts. They need a mission. We need a mission to complete, right? And so you're giving them that mission to complete by helping their fellow man. And I love that you guys are on the ground in Texas doing whatever you can, like you just said, whether it's rebuilding, whether it's searching for bodies, whether it's putting a tarp over somebody's roof. You're there doing whatever you can. And let me tell you, being a former reporter in the field and covering natural disasters and tragedies and talking with people and interviewing them and walking around when this stuff happens, that's what people need, hope.
Yeah,
They need
hope.
hope. Thank you for providing that. Britnie, I'm almost out of time with you, but if folks want to get a hold of you and help out, is it aerialrecovery.org? Is that the best way?
Yeah, that's where you can donate. You can sign up to serve with us. And the disaster phases change quickly day to day. You know, it goes from search and rescue to any life that can possibly be saved and or restored, to trying to get life back in order so that there's no continued damage and or death because people aren't protected in their homes. They don't have that security element.
Well, you stay in touch with me, because I always make this commitment. I've done this since I started this show 5 years ago. When disaster hits, this old school journalist, this show, and this network doesn't leave after 2-3 weeks or 2-3 days of a news cycle coverage. I still go back and cover East Palestine. We still go to North Carolina. We're going to Maui soon again. We cover these stories because others don't. And it pisses me off that they just let their fellow Americans by the wayside because the news cycle has something new and juicy. So stay in touch with me, Britnie, and we will definitely cover what happened to these folks in Texas for months and years to come to help them rebuild and recover. God bless you.
God bless you.
Yep.